Hello again and welcome to another Articulate Outburst podcast. If you can hear any interference, it's the rain on the window, particularly bad weather. So we've finished the time in the studio, which I think you're all up to date with what we're currently on with, and it's quite a refreshing change, to be fair, that we're coming to kind of the end of an era in terms of the YouTube channel, if you like. And what everyone's asking me to do is, which I seem to be blathering on apparently, about things that we're doing and what we've done. And a lot of people are asking, what am I planning to do in the future? Why are we not so political? What's going on? Well, there are plenty of surprises coming down the line. I'm already obviously working on the third album. We've got the second album to finish. There are some teething troubles with in practice there are some teething troubles finishing certain songs off. They started off as A, B, C, then they went B, C, A, now the C, B, A, and then we've ended up back at A, B, C, but a slightly different kind of flavour to them, which is always challenging. I don't record practice scripts so much, but the kind of thing that we're talking about, I'm going to put a little clip on now. This started off as something else, so we're far from finished on this. But I just thought I'd give you a little insight into what it is that we're actually planning. But you know, I'm reluctant to play the full 2 minutes, but then once you kind of listen to it, you want to get into that rhythm. So I am going to do, and then we'll get on to finally put together a song file. I hate that. It were always big, as you know from previous videos, I always prided myself on, you know, the kind of back of a fag packet stuff. And I loved it. But because I'm constantly going in and out of one wallet, in and out of another at practice, I've had to kind of compartmentalise. Good word for me. I like to compartmentalise them so that there's some semblance of order. So here we're going to practice. It started off as obstacles in my way. I think it's going to be something else, but listen to us jam together. This is just off the cuff. This is after lots of discussions. They've ended up doing something different. Here we go. you can agree that there's something in there. It's not what it was that it was started as. It's definitely got the kind of hallmarks of an articulate outburst sound. The rhythm and the chopping, I mean, it's been chopped so many times as this song. And I'll give the unknown his credit where credit's due. Because this was written a while ago, it's become identified as this is the old articulate outburst, i.e. album 1. And not the new articulate outburst, which is album 2, where I think I go on about it, but I genuinely believe we've matured musically. So from that point of view, I think there might be an element of truth to what he's saying. It's very frustrating when you've kind of done a framework of things and you're kind of doing, you're going round and round and round and round to kind of get it right, and you kind of get the constructor, and then for someone to say that's a load of shite, or to use an articulate outburst quote, it's a bit ploddy, which has become a thing. And to be honest, that bit ploddy has kind of defined, I think, the future of the band from now onwards. Although it was, some people would have considered it as a personal insult, I actually embrace criticism. It's hard to believe, but I really do. And to be quite frank, when the chips are down and the work's being done, it's right. It was a bit too ploddy. I always said it was our Britpop moment, really. Because you won't know the real version. Oh, you will do. I'll put it in as an outtake, because we've done it plenty of times. And I thought when our Shed 7 moment, don't know if anybody remembers Shed 7, but probably one of the better of the kind of cabal of Britpop bands in the 90s. Seen them, if you ever get a chance, go see them live. What a performance, love the band. But when I was Shed 7 moment, it was Obstacles in My Way. And I just can't help thinking it had a bit of Chasing Rainbows in there, it had a little bit of Going for Gold in there, and it had a little bit of Articulate Outburst in there. But again, here we go. So anyway, that it's nothing like that now, but it started off as that. So a lot of people are asking me what we're currently doing, and obviously I'm on album 3, and I'm trying to get the band through album 2, and it's problematic when it's once a week. So I wrote a song for album 3, and this is when things start to leapfrog over. I wrote a song for album 3 called The Dark Lord. This is all about the global power structure. Now, most people believe democracy is what dictates our lives. I've kind of ascended above that, in that there's a power structure that's always been there, called the cathedral, or the octopus, as academic agent has referred to it as, that kind of there, whoever's in Parliament, red, blue, they're an inconsequence to me, because we still get the same shit whoever's in. We get a broken economy, we get a cost of living crisis, we get unbridled immigration, we get a complete destruction of the institutions and the history of the country. I could go on. It's all in the other streams. But whoever we get, that's what we're going to have. And there's no real kind of alternative. And, people keep bumping up Farage. And I look at the example of Maloney in Italy, who apparently came across as a kind of far-right fascista, who's now never sent anybody back. And now he's claiming that Italy needs unlimited African migrants because obviously they've got a birth shortage problem. And I think that's containment. It's quite cleverly contained. So where democracy is concerned, it don't matter who you get. What's been determined will always happen no matter what. And everybody who thinks that this is the new hope or that's the new hope are deluding themselves. Conservative, Labour, or any new parties are all containment. We're going to get what's coming down the tubes no matter what. So from that, you kind of think, well, what kind of music can I bring from that people will relate to? Because most people can't get over the democracy line. So the next clip you're going to hear is called The Dark Lord. It's about Tony Blair. It's about these foundations, these NGOs. These are faceless operations. For quite some time now, Parliament hasn't been sovereign. It's kind of switched its sovereignty to Home Office, Foreign Office. It's almost ruled by the institutions. For quite some time, even 10, 15 years ago, you'd hear politicians saying, oh, we'll have to refer it to that committee, or the subcommittee might need to hear it. I'll come back to you with an answer after it's been to X committee. And what this is all bullshit. What this means is nobody dare make a decision, or nobody can make a decision. So the epitome of that has been post-Tony Blair. To come up with the idea of a Dark Lord, if you look at Star Wars and the Sith, Tony Blair is definitely the Sith Lord. He really is. He is the master. And everyone's tipping him to take over from Klaus Schwab at the World Economic Forum as his natural successor. And this is when you look at Kissinger, Schwab, Blair, all of a sudden Starmer, Cameron, Boris Johnson are minuscule minions fulfilling the role and the will of others. But you can't come to that conclusion on your own. So this is Dark Lord. I wanted something sinister. I wanted something eerie. I wanted something that was a little bit off the bat, and they just started jamming last week. And I've got to say, to all intents and purposes, it's a jamming session, so give them a little bit of leverage. But this has turned into, I think, Dark Lord. One of the members of the band, who shall remain nameless, the educator, think it's self-indulgent twallop. But I think it's great. Here we go, Dark Lord. Okay, I think that's a bit over long, but it had to go in. It's a podcast, it's weekly. You can either listen to it or you cannot. But thanks again. Can you please like, subscribe, share? Anybody in a band, anybody that wants to play with us, give us a quick tinkle. We're getting quite a lot of opposition in the Leeds band community, which is obviously misguided and false. But we're not here to explain ourselves, we're here to do what we do. So anybody with any questions, anybody with any queries, get in touch. Generally speaking, our detractors never do. But anyway, that's where we're at. Thanks very much for your support. See you in the next one, and thanks very much for listening. And again, like, subscribe if you can. Thank you.